In Europe has been already introduced diesel model of Alfa Romeo, and so let's say here is the first time in Japan, but not the first time in the world. More sold diesel than gasoline in Italy. That's right, definitely developed specifically for Giulia and Stelvio. It's the best way to combine the development of a vehicle together with the development of the powertrain in order to have the best powertrain matching on vehicle and to obtain very fantastic results. Dynamics, in order, let's say, to obtain the best results in terms of fun to drive and handling. So we have, let's say, to position the engine in the proper way in order to obtain the best handling behavior of the car. Very low in torque, very high power, and quietness. And I think that combining the very low in torque, high power, and the overall quietness of the engine, we have been able to obtain a powertrain able to satisfy those customers who like quite a lot fun to drive. And also at the end is its effectiveness, that is a very fuel economy. I mean, we are able to develop or to ensure to the customer the same fun to drive that is possible to be reached by a gasoline engine, and we allow these specific drivers not to be annoyed by frequent fuel refill. The proper and the right turbo matching. We are talking about a single variable geometry turbine turbocharger that has the right dimension in terms of turbine and compressor wheel in order to allow a very low in torque, high level low in torque, 95% at 1500 RPM, but at the same time we are able to ensure the right acceleration till a high rev, ensuring, let's say, also in high power. We have combined in a diesel engine what is possible to obtain also by a gasoline engine, especially when I'm talking about high power, while the peculiarity of the diesel engine has been maintained and characterized by the low end torque that is quite high. It's to optimize the responsiveness of the turbo, so at the engine, at the accelerator pedal position. I mean, thanks to the fact that we are not influenced by the oil viscosity, because we are talking about a ball bearing system, the speed of the turbo is able to increase quite fast since the beginning, also in cold condition, and this allows to have a prompt response and to avoid the turbo lag. We are able to manage a high number of injections during the stroke in order to optimize the gradient of the combustion in terms of peak pressure. We are trying to modulate and control quite well this peak pressure in order to obtain a very clean combustion and at the same time avoid a noisy combustion. But let's say what we have been able to do is to optimize the control of the injection in order, let's say, to obtain the best cleaned and effective combustion. Quiet, I would like to add, also quiet combustion. We have to reduce as much as possible vibration propagation, and in order to obtain these results, we have developed a balance shaft system that reduce quite a lot the vibration at the engine mounts, and so at the end is able to reduce what we call structural bore noise. And moreover, we have had a lot of sound shields in order to limit as much as possible the air bore noise. We have tuned properly the turbo of the Giulia in order to deliver 190 horsepower, while let's say the Stelvio is 210 horsepower. For the most powerful version, we have a specific cooling system in order, let's say, to allow the structure to be maintained at the proper safe level in terms of reliability. The engine is practically equivalent. The engine is flexible. can be delivered starting from the highest level of power, any kind of the rated power, according to the specific market request. They are both, how can I define them? Amazing. Let's say Giulia is a rear-wheel drive, while Stelvio is all-wheel drive solution. So let's say the behavior is a little bit different, of course, when we have to compare a four-wheel drive with a rear-wheel drive. But at the end, let's say the delight and the amazing feeling that we can feel in terms of driving pleasure is practically equivalent. It's a matter of what you prefer, a sedan vehicle rather than an SUV. If you like sport diesel, no particular doubts in choosing these cars with this particular engine that has been developed in order to deliver the amazing diesel dynamic driving pleasure. I think that the uniqueness and the peculiarity of these two cars is the right powertrain matching. I mean, the diesel together with the spectacular handling of these two cars as a final result, something that is really unique, that can be driven in any other cars.